It's been about a week and a half since the last news video, and we've got a lot to catch up on, as well as something big that just happened recently that made me want to make this video. So like usual, I'm not here to waste y'all's time. Whatever you gotta do, make sure that like button is blue, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's get right into the news. Now recently, I've not been on 2K a lot. Just want to update you guys real quick because I put in about 450 hours in September, and then also early October, I did this right here, the Victor Wembanyama 60 to 99 overall, no money spent, that you guys should definitely go check out after this video. I'll also have it at the end so you can click it or tap it on the end screen and it will take you straight to it. And then as well as that, you know, Call of Duty just came out, just got to round 101 last night, no downs, no glitches needed. It did take a few tries, but I just want to let you guys know I've been taking a little bit of a break due to the fact that I've played the game so much, but that doesn't mean there's not been a lot going on. So let's get straight into that. Hank the Tank posted on Twitter today, wow, so it's confirmed that the Challenger badge doesn't change the contest average. Legend Challenger will get you the same contest as having no Challenger on your build. Legend Challenger is the same as not having the badge at all. And you guys see no badge on the left versus Legend on the right with Challenger. This is from 2K Toots video, is not going to give you any better contest. Now the theory that 2K Toots was talking about in his video that Challenger actually does, because so many people have been complaining about it this year and saying like, I don't think Challenger works, is that it's like Dimer, except the opposite. It's going to give you a lower percentage to make the shots. It's going to make a lightly contested shot a quote-unquote like a better lightly contested shot. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I just wanted to give you guys the information that's going on around the 2K community, because that is getting a lot of people to engage with me, like, what is going on with the contest system? Because we all know that's been one of the most controversial topics of 2K25. So there you have it with Challenger. Anyway, GV said, I just saw a Kia commercial on the main menu of 2K25 LMAO. Growing up, I never would have thought gaming would get to the point where I'm watching commercials on a video game, but here we are. And it's, I don't know, man. You guys can have your own opinions on that, but I really feel like gaming should just stay where gaming is. It's like Soluminati said back in 2K18, bro. I'm just here to hoop. We just want to hoop. And now the city is obviously, as you guys know, filled with advertisements everywhere you go. It's a walking billboard, and that's why 2K is going to keep the city in the game for probably a long time, and they have for years now. But look, a 2K employee named Zach Timmerman, he's like the OG Mike Wang, went to Twitter. He's a post scorer mostly every year, and he said, to those getting worked defensively against drop steps, you need interior, D, size, and strength, and a left stick hint before the move goes a long way. Now that got a lot of engagement, lots of comments, people all around the 2K community. Repexual, Stopped Ali, known top post scorers were commenting on it and saying, bro, what are you talking about? And basically, most people were pretty upset, right? Flexen, he quote tweeted that, and he said right here, you can clearly tell these devs don't even touch or test the game, ... Now, I asked Zach Timmerman under his tweet, I replied, and I'm not going to show it, but I just said, in what game modes are you consistently stopping drop steps? And he never answered, okay? So we never got an answer. Maybe he's doing that in my career or Play Now Online. Maybe he's doing it in Park, and he's just the greatest drop step stopper of all time. But I can tell you guys for sure that I'm probably one of the best quote-unquote drop step stoppers. I know that's a weird way to say it. Like, I was doing it on my Wemby build with like low strength and not the greatest interior and stuff like that. But it's still, even no matter what, on my Shaq build, I made a new Shaq, Meta Shaq build that has 88 interior defense. Then I use the Max +1 to have Hall of Fame post move lockdown. I've got like 95 strength, 84 block. It's not going to stop drop steps consistently no matter what you do. It's really just RNG, but the RNG, the random number generator, is going to favor the drop step on this game more times than not. So I'm not saying patch post scores, whatever. I'm just telling you my experience on the game no matter what. And I've played with lots of other centers. That's why I'm saying from my experience that I'm one of the best people that I know how to stop the drop steps. There's really not much you can do. Some games you're just going to get RNG animated all game. You could play the perfect defense, and then on top of that, with the new patch, you put your hands down over and over. Every time they pump fake, you put your hands down. Even with the hands up, it doesn't really do anything after the patch. So there's a whole lot of controversy around that, but let's keep going, okay? Cash out first Legend 2 in the world on 2K25. Legend 2. Guys, I'm still starter 5 on my main account. Now, with the Wemby games added, I'd probably be like Veteran 1, maybe close to Veteran 2. I'm not sure how many games it takes from Veteran 1 to 2, but that is insane. Bro is a Legend 2. So he will most likely hit the max, Legend 5, probably, by the end of the year. I would say he's probably going to have it by like the 20th, maybe Christmas, somewhere around that time. So we've got a lot to talk about today, guys. Make sure you grab a snack, grab a drink, lock in. We still have so much to talk about, but we need to get into our sponsor of the video, PrizePicks. Guys, PrizePicks is now giving players $50 for just putting 5 in to play with. And it's this easy. Once you sign up with my link in the description, you can go to the NBA, popular, points, rebounds, assists, whatever you want to play. If you think someone's going to have a good night or a bad night, you can do whatever you want. So Anthony Davis, for example, 27 points is his projection. If you think he's going to have more than that, you hit more. If you think he's going to have less, you hit less. LeBron, 23.5. If you think he's going to have 24 points or more, you hit more. Less, you hit less, and that's it. That's all you got to do to win 3 times back your money in less than 1 minute. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video, and you can also use this QR code to sign up if you want. If not, link is in the description. Thank you, and let's get back into the video. All right, guys, we still have a lot to talk about, and we're going to get straight into it. So if you made it this far and you're going to be watching the rest of the video, comment down below news plug, and let's get into it. If you guys haven't dropped a like yet, please do. So anyway, Dignify went to Twitter and he said, last year we got a lot more than 2,500 VC, right? These quests seem pointless. And this is a season rec quest where you have to play 100 games to get 2,500 VC as a reward and some rec goggles. Now you guys can tell me for sure if they changed it in the comment section below. I'm not really sure, but I do know 99% that they changed the rebirth reward because I did the no money spent challenge last year for Kobe, and I'm pretty sure I got 10,000 VC. This year it's 2,500. Maybe it was like 5,000 last year, but I know, pretty sure they changed it, and they've done that secretly, just a tiny bit, changing things here and there once again. Another year of making it harder and harder for people to earn VC, especially no money spent, but just in general, get VC on the game. It's actually ridiculous. Anyway, 2K dropped a patch about a week ago, and they said this morning at 7:29 p.m., by the way, the gameplay team released a hotfix, and that was for perimeter, contest, and interior defense, a slight buff. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this. I just thought it was pretty interesting that at 7:30 at night, they told us that they dropped a hotfix earlier that morning. So we know for sure on 2K25, they can hotfix and change things in the game. They hotfix all the time. Now, I'm not saying that they change gameplay all the time, but it's just an interesting thing to keep in mind that we now know 2K can for sure change the sliders on the game with just a hotfix where you can just go to the main menu and you will get the update, or close your app and you'll get the update. I don't know, man. I don't know. That seems to go along with a lot of people's theories that happen every year, especially earlier in the year, where one day, just from the last day, it feels so much different for a certain thing, like their jump shot, or how well interior defense is, or how steals are, on-ball steals, interception lanes. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what they could be doing without telling us. Now, A. Cardi went to Twitter and he said, seriously, why in the world are events even allowed to be meter on? Sweatier than any stage game or proving grounds game and means more, but nah, let's leave meter on and let cheaters run wild. Now, this was with the event, the Poseidon's Reef, that just came on last weekend, or well, a few days ago. And I still am just mind blown at how bad the events have been in 2K25. I mean, from the very beginning, we had basketball gods, and it was on and off laggy, on and off laggy. But why in the world has 2K in the first event let you use the meter, and then continue to let you use the meter in these events, which, if you don't know, enables the cheaters to cheat? You can only cheat right now if you have the meter on. There is apparently a no meter script, but it doesn't work very good. You're better off using user skill, right, at the moment, until they find one. When they do find one, everything's cooked, right? But it's just mind-blowing to me, guys, that, like A. Cardi said, these events matter a lot. You're getting unlimited boost. With the Poseidon's Reef, I think it was every boost. I might be wrong, but I think it's every boost for that. And you can literally cheat. Everyone is going to be cheating that wins that event, or they're playing with a cheater. So I've not even touched an event since the first one of the year. And let's just go over to Solo's tweet where he said this weekend, the Zinners ruin this event. So I'm guessing he ran into some Zinners, Titan, whatever you want to call it. It's gotten so bad that a former 2K League player is tweeting out on Twitter, 2TAC, and saying, I need 2 cheating guards. Come on, free unlimited boost. Like, he's just openly making a tweet, which is bad, by the way. This is not good. Saying like, hey, I need 2 cheaters. Let's come on, we can go get this unlimited boost. That's insane, bro. That's actually crazy. We have a gigantic problem, and it's such an easy fix for 2K at the moment to just take out the meter. But no, events for the rest of the year, besides going in there and getting your skill boost for winning a few games or your VC, is cooked. There's no legitimacy to the events at all. They're actually worthless if you're trying to win them. Don't waste your time unless you're cheating or playing with other cheaters. Now, LaMonsta said, back to the wreck. Let's go. Good job, 2K. Event was too laggy. So apparently that event was lagging as well. I haven't been on the game. I told you, I've been playing Call of Duty. I just uploaded that Wimby No Money Spent that you can check out after this video. You should check it out. It's literally the best video I'm going to post this year, just like the Kobe No Money Spent. It's 4 hours, over 100 hours of gameplay. All right, I'm going to stop advertising it, but you get what I'm saying. I haven't been on the game, so I'm just going off what other people are saying. Now, 2K, during this event, made on Discord, they ended the event like 7 hours in, and they said that they're going to just, instead of having it in that event due to technical difficulties, put double level in the wreck. Now, this is where some people were like, yes, that's good. I wanted double level in the wreck. That's better than playing in the event. Because I called this out on Twitter. I'm like, dude, 2K, again, their event was so laggy and so messed up that they had to end it. Some people were like, oh, well, there was people cheating in there anyway. Guys, that's a different problem. That doesn't mean that 2K should have a bad event that's laggy and not working. You see what I'm saying? We got to stop making excuses every time something happens. There's an excuse for it. Oh, well, that's awesome. I wanted double level in the wreck. And that's cool, bro. If you wanted that, if you would prefer that. But that doesn't mean it's a good thing that 2K can't properly do an event and many other things, okay? So let's just get further into it. This guy tweeted and he said, having everyone funnel to the wreck, because that's where they put the double level, knowing they can't back out without closing app and get a 30-minute ban is certainly a choice. He's being sarcastic. If you guys didn't know, there's a glitch in the wreck where I think it's like when you lose, you can't back out without dashboarding or something like that. And if you dashboard, you get banned. So they had a messed up event. Think about this, please, for me. Please, guys. The people that like to make excuses for 2K on everything. Messed up event that also had cheaters in it, which they could have stopped. But it was so messed up, so laggy that they had to end it. And then they drove people to the wreck where there's currently an issue where when you lose, you have to play with the same team again. I can't. It doesn't make sense to me. On top of that, you see, I tweeted on Twitter and I said a week since Season 2 came out, and it's even further than that now. It's almost 2 weeks. And the records that we were told wouldn't reset are still reset. Now, I promise you guys right now, before you start commenting, some of those people, right hand on the Bible, on God, I do not care about my record on 2K25. I do not care at all. I don't think I've posted my record once this year. I used to post every year at the beginning and show you guys my record. Like, oh, I try to go like 100-0, and I did that in 2K23 and things like that, right? I don't think I've even posted my record once on Twitter this year. I could be wrong. I might have showed it like once in a video just to show you guys how many games it took to hit starter 4, I think. But I don't care about my record anymore. It's something that it's just not. I told you all, I can't take this game that serious. It will be the death of me, right? But it's the principle, okay? It's the fact that they told us they will not reset, and yet they did. And then when the season started, Evan, a 2K employee, said, hey, we're looking into it. And they still haven't fixed it. And yet there was still people under that tweet making excuses for 2K. I'm glad they reset. Oh, you're just mad because you're a comp whatever, and you just want to beat up on bums and have this ego that you have a high win percentage. Dude, I don't care. We've got to stop making excuses for these little things that happen. Like, that's really not a big thing, right? But the event, let's say the records resetting is like a low tier thing. The event's not working is probably about mid tier. We keep letting these excuses go and go and go for 2K for no reason, and then it just piles up. 2K is enabled to be like, oh, we can just make high tier issues. And it's not a big deal because somehow, some way, people are going to make an excuse for 2K. It's the principle. If I gave my friend a $5 bill, because he needed $5, just a little $5, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. And then never paid me back, I wouldn't be mad about the $5, guys. I would not be upset about losing the $5. It's whatever, it's $5. It's the fact that that is my friend who I trusted to pay me back, and he did not pay me back. I'm not saying I trusted 2K, by the way, but you see where we're going with this. That's why it's upsetting, because they said something and then they turn around and do the opposite. Yes, I'm starting to get a little upset because it's just crazy to me. I think the 2K community is too far gone at this point, guys. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. Go to my tweets and just look at the people on every single issue that the game obviously has an issue on, making excuses for it. It's the craziest thing, bro. The event was so laggy they had to end it. That's a problem. But the other problem is that they literally let cheaters play the event. Like, bro, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't, and it's both of their faults. And yet they still make excuses for it, bro. I gotta calm down, bro. I gotta calm down. But anyway, you see Dignify also made a tweet and he said, why hasn't it been fixed yet in the rec center to where you can back out right after a game? Why was that even broken after the patch? This was after the Season 2 patch. This wasn't an issue when the game first came out. The Season 2 patch, which somehow changed that, it had nothing to do with anything like that, messed it up. And guys, it's been almost 2 weeks. What's the excuse? What can they possibly say? Look, if you just enjoy the game and you just absolutely only on to play basketball, you're not taking the game serious at all, you don't care if you win or lose, most of those people, they should just play the game. There's no reason to go on here and say, oh, you guys are complaining about this, you guys are complaining. Bro, there's people that genuinely care about the well-being of the game, about the quality of life of the game. If you specifically just don't care at all and you're just on the hoop, that's awesome. I wish that I was that blue-pilled on 2K that I could just get on and have a good time and not worry, oh, this horrible thing happened, nah, don't care. Oh, I lagged out the game, don't care. Oh, I can't back out after a red game, don't care. Oh, the event doesn't work, don't care. Like, I wish, but just why even join in the conversation of people that just want a better product? And we're getting ran over year after year after year, and you're seeing what that does. You're seeing the end of all the excuses that people have made for years and years, because that's half the problem. 2K can just mess it up and half the people don't even care. But it's not even that they don't care, it's that they go on and tell people that they shouldn't care. It's crazy to me. Anyway, Hank the Tank, he went to Twitter and he said, I'm shooting over 71% from 3 after the Season 2 patch. That's over 20% higher than me shooting 50% during Season 1 before the patch. What do we think about the shooting after patch in 2K25? And you see he's shooting 71% from 3 now. So he's shooting about 20% higher. It doesn't necessarily mean like the shooting got a buff of 20%, because you gotta, keep in mind that he came into Season 1 right away, learning the game. The game had latency issues and stuff. It still does, but it had more issues before they fixed it in the patch. So let's just say he's shooting 10 to 15% better when we account for those errors, right? That's still a 10 to 15% change. So let's just, go back and talk about the big change that happened. I wanted to save it for later in the video because we did it for so many videos. I don't believe these tests. You guys see 2K Labs actually made a test right here, and they said that post-patch, you're getting around a 3% difference, and you're shooting a 4% at the end of the green window, 3% in the beginning, to about almost 3 in the middle. And then you see they did another right here. This was just the pre. You see, 70.7, 71.7, 51.5, and that's different now. It's about 3 to 4% better from their test. And then, of course, we show this in a video, but 2K Toots, his test was 8%. So that right there just gives me a big confusion that, yes, these tests can have varying numbers, obviously, But a 5%, 4 to 5% difference in one test to another just confuses me. I will tell you guys, well, the reason why I'm saying I don't believe it is because I've seen way better shooting when I was on 2K. It's been about like a week. I told you guys I've been on a break, but people are shooting, I would say about, yeah, what, you know, like we said for Hank the Tank's accounting his errors, about 15% better. And I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys, some people do like that. Some people don't. I told you all my issue with that is that everything is open with the bad contest system. I don't care about people having a boost to wide open shots. But open is also in that quote unquote slight buff, and everything is open. You see what I'm saying? So if there was a buff to just wide open, I don't think it would have been a big deal and not many people would have cared, because if it's not that hard to get an open, right? But it's very hard to get like a lightly and stuff like that. Anyway, man, it's bad. I'm trying not to rant here, but like I'm getting into it. Okay, so the contest system, like we talked about in the beginning, was tested right here. Legend Deadeye. And you see no badge to Legend. Legend Deadeye is actually going to give you a buff. It's going to close your window, or actually open your window of a light pressure. You see light pressure, you're going to get more light pressure instead of a tight or very tight. So that's actually some good news there. You know, Deadeye actually is doing some sort of its job. Then he did a test for the perimeter buff that I just told you guys about that happened about a week ago. And you see right here, that after patch, hands up and jump is going to have a wider area, especially the jumps for tights and very tights. Now, you all know Mike Wang, we talked about in the last video, our gameplay director of the game, our lovely director that does some interesting decisions, told us that for every jump shot, basically you should jump at them. And he was getting cooked on Twitter because people are like, do you watch basketball? You can't jump at every shot. That's also bad defense to jump at every shot. And, you know, it's just not realistic, or you're not supposed to do that. There's no way that's going to work, because then people are just going to wait out your jump every time. It's a bad situation to be in to tell someone to jump every time to get a decent contest, okay? So anyway, we have a before patch and after patch of the perimeter buff. And you see you are now able to get a tight with your hands up from a bit further away. But I don't know, guys. And your lightly also is going to be diminished, and it's turned into tights now. I don't know. I told you all since literally before the game came out, just like this is the same thing that happened last year with the badge regression, right? I told you guys the same thing last year, 2K24 before release, that before the game came out, it's not a good idea. It's just not a good, it's one of those things that I called right away because it seemed just like 2K19's contest system with a next-gen feel to it. And now we see, because 2K19's contest system was not good. I'm not saying the game wasn't good, but the contest system was just not there. Anyway, you see right here, before patch, after patch with the jump, you're now able to get a very tight from further away, just a little bit further away, but still having to jump at every shot to get a decent contest is crazy. And even if you do get a lightly, I don't really think it lowers your green window that much. I'm not gonna lie. After this patch, bro, I've lightly'd a lot of people, and it seems like every time I get a lightly, they green it more than they miss an open, you know, or they, you know what I'm saying? Like they green it. It's a better shot when a lightly pops up. I don't know, it's weird. But some 2K Toots jump shot test. You see Patty Mills, and Cam Thomas are very similar in speed. That was the most interesting thing I got from that video. If you guys haven't used Cam Thomas, it's a very good jump shot base, and it's pretty much Patty Mills. Like it's the you know what some people say, the poor man's Patty Mills, and it's really similar in stats. So if you're not starter 3 yet or starter 4, use Cam Thomas, try it out. But here's another jump shot, Allen Iverson for 6'4" and under. It is a big challenge reduction, and so I'm just happy that these jump shots have came out to have good tests, because I've gave you guys these shots in my videos. Allen Iverson specifically is one of the shots that I used earlier in the year, so that's going to give you less contest or challenge reduction. So anyway, A-Cardi said, I have to hop off the court in park, go into the subway, and then go into a new park in order to get a game. Absolutely terrible gameplay. And he made another tweet talking about like how he is literally waiting for games more than playing the game, and that's a big issue. Now, for the people that are saying, oh, just go into theater, well, there's another issue with that. On top of the skill-based matchmaking, which you can have your own opinion on, when you are good enough to have the high tier of skill-based matchmaking, the red plate or purple plate, whatever it is, I'm telling you guys right now, this is from my own experience as well and other people's, Everyone's cheating in theater. That's where all the top level guys are mostly playing, and they're cheating. They're using the Zen, Titan, whatever you want to call it. So no, I'm not going into theater and playing cheaters to get back-to-back games. I've literally experienced it multiple times, and they are known cheaters. Guys that are openly like talking about them cheating in other 2Ks. Anyway, someone sent me this. Here we go with the random bans in Season 2, which we talked about in the last video as well. In the middle of a game, this guy got banned. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yes, people are literally still getting banned in the middle of a game. I don't know what's happening, but anyway, we got some videos I want to show y'all before the video ends. This guy sent me this on Twitter, and I want to show you guys. He got a steal. He goes down for a layup right here, cooks up a little bit, goes down, and look at this defense. Wow. Solid defense by the defender to knock the ball out. I mean, excellent product, Mike Wing. And then we have another one right here where this guy's going to go for a layup and ding. Ding the rim. That's crazy. Doinking the rim on a fast break is insane. Then we have Hank the Tank saying 93 interior versus a 6'4 with no layup. Okay, so he has 93 interior versus a 6'3, 6'4, whatever with no layup. Hands, yep, doesn't matter. Does not matter. And then we got one last clip I want to show you guys where this dude gets a blitz. Defense or offense picks it up. Blitz. Offense picks it up. Blitz. Offense picks it up. And then, oh, they almost got the steal. And yep, you guys can tell right there that the defense also picked that one up. So, I don't know, bro. Like I told you guys, you know, we can show clips and say, oh, the game's bad and whatever. And I really do think that most of the time in other 2Ks, when someone would show a clip, it's like, okay, that's a rare thing, bro. You can't say the game is bad because that's a rare thing. But like I talked about in the end of the last news video, and I'm not kidding to you guys, and I'm pretty sure this is true, but I am almost positive by far this is the most clips I've ever been sent for a 2K. That's the problem, is that these things that are just abnormal are happening way too consistently. I'm talking about every single day almost. Someone's tagging me on Twitter. Sometimes it's multiple times in a day. Bro, check out this clip. I just got banned mid-game. I just missed this layup wide open. This guy just literally made me like miss my layup. You guys seen that first clip? He like got blocked but didn't get blocked. Like there wasn't even a guy there. It was like a ghost block. It's all the time. I mean, these are not even close to all the clips that I get sent, guys. I mean, it's happening way too consistently. And like I told you guys at the end of the last video, and a lot of people actually agreed, I just can't take this game serious. It's like we were talking about with the win percentage. I don't care anymore due to the fact I still have a 90 win percentage, or maybe it's like a little under 90 this season because the season stats reset and I've been playing on a 7-foot dribbler, which you guys will see soon, kind of like my Wemby build. Just having fun out there when I was playing the game before I took my break. But you can't take it serious. You're playing post scores every other game, post scores and lockdowns, and that's all they do. They literally are just so sad that they got a drop step for 22 straight points, or they don't want to play the game, and they're playing with a pure lock, and then there's zinners and cheaters, and the events don't work, and then they take you to another event where you can't back out after the event. And there's just, the chops are still there in the game. The latency has been an issue for years, of course. I mean, I'm just going to tell you guys that have made this far into the video, bro. Like what I was saying about I can't take the game serious is I genuinely just don't think in terms of taking the game serious that this is a good product at all. You cannot competitively at all play this game. And I don't mean comp pro-am or stage or anything like that. There's just too many. It's called flukies is what people call it in the 2K community quite a bit. Flukes. Things that really shouldn't have happened or happened too much. Like that play right there where you seen the dude get the steal, offense picks it up, offense picks it up. That can be the determining factor if a team wins or not. And I'm not saying that the dude should have blitzed him every time, but I'm just saying like there can be a twos game that I'm playing and I should have got the steal, like I, played the blitz correctly. They pick it back up. And then they throw a passing lane. It goes through me, or I deflect it and then it goes to the other guy and he picks it back up. And then when I get the ball, the defense catches the pass. Like I try to dot my teammate, he catches it right away. Catches it the next time. Catches it the next time. and let's say I have 3 turnovers in this game where every time they had the chance to get it, they got it, but then every time we had the chance to get it, we didn't get it. It just doesn't consistently make any sense in terms of a skill gap, and it's not a good product in terms of taking the game serious. But this is what 2K wants, though. Most of you guys, you might not even really care. You might be thinking right now, I don't really care if I win or lose or whatever it is, and that's fine. That's actually what 2K wants. They want someone who doesn't play the game. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, okay? Because you got to understand there's a whole millions and millions of players here in a player base. They want people to be able to get on the game and be able to compete with even people that are like really good at the game. That's why they do the shooting buff every year, and they change things like that because, like I told you all, their job is to get people to stay on the game. It's just like YouTube. YouTube's job is to get people to stay on the app. They want you to stay on the app as long as possible. So 2K's job is to keep you on the game as long as possible. And you might be like, well, why? Their job is to keep you on the game so that you are much more, obviously, if you spend 100 hours on the game versus 10 hours on the game, you're much more likely to spend more money. That's what 2K wants. So they're making changes which diminish the skill gap badly, year after year after year, because they want each and every person to be able to get on the game and spend more time. They're looking at these analytics. If you guys don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you. You just have to, it's not even critical thinking to understand that the company is looking at all these analytics and they're going, okay, well, before this shooting patch, it seems like these guys that aren't playing the game very often are dropping off and they're going to other games. They're not playing as much. And now that they've done this shooting patch, they can see a different sample size of collection where, hey, this guy that wasn't playing very much is now playing more because he can shoot better. And that's fine. If your experience is better after these patches, that's completely fine. I'm just telling you guys the truth of why the game is heading down this direction. It has been heading down this direction. And also, the excuses, like I told you about, the enabling 2K, every single problem, oh, it's not a big deal. And then they can just keep on going. The goalpost just keeps on moving until we have a product like we do with 2K25 that's not really, like, it's really not the worst 2K. It might be in your opinion, but it's not the worst 2K I've ever played. I can put 2K18 behind it. I can put like 1 or 2, 3 other 2Ks behind it being the worst 2K ever. I'm not saying it's the worst 2K, but it's just not a great product. At best, if I'm not taking it serious, if I'm having fun, just messing around, I could say it's a good product. That's at the very best. If I'm having a great day on the game, there's not a whole bunch of very bad things happening, good, I would just say it's a mid product. It's a serviceable basketball game from what I play. Does that make sense to you guys? From what I play. I can't tell you about my GM. I can't tell you about Play Now Online because I haven't got into it yet this year. You guys know I love my Play Now Online. I'll probably get up to GOAT tier once again this year. Later on in the year, we'll see about that. I don't know. They did make some changes to it this year. I might like it. I might not when I get on there. I don't play my team, my GM, things like that. So I can't tell you. But I'm just telling you from my perspective, my reality, because everyone's reality is different. We can be playing the same exact game on the same team or, whatever it is, and experience a different opinion about what happened, what's happening while you're playing. We could play every game together, 1,000 games together, and you can have a different opinion than I do on the game, on the same exact games that we both experience. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, is the game just, in my opinion, once again, I hate to sound like a broken record, it's not made to take serious in the slightest because too many inconsistencies happen, too many flukies happen. And I don't really like the road that 2K is going down. Of course, we know about microtransactions. We've talked about that for years and years and blah, blah, blah. But just gameplay and the quality of life issues that, I got that from Agent Zero because he used to talk about that all the time. There's too many quality of life issues when the game comes out. There's too many small problems that equal up to big problems. Then there's medium-sized problems, and it doesn't matter because it's enabled. And, oh, it's not a big deal. You content creators are just complaining, and you guys are just complaining. Get better, adapt. Not every change, not every gameplay change or opinion on how the gameplay should be leads back to, oh, you just want to beat up on bums, or no, it doesn't mean that. Now, some people's is like that. My gameplay opinions and critiques are mostly, and I've told you guys this for years, so that the majority of the community can enjoy the game. At least I think that's how the majority of the game or the community would enjoy the game for the gameplay changes and things like that. But then again, I don't even talk about a lot of gameplay changes anymore because of the fact that we all know 2K, when they change something, when they quote unquote slight buff something like the shooting, they don't actually slight buff it. They never able to patch something. Usually 9 times out of 10, they over buff it or they over nerf it. So like this year, I don't think I've really talked about anything in the gameplay except for actual exploits. And we know about the actual exploits, like the close shot glitch that the 2K developers address as an actual exploit. But that's another problem that we could go down, that if you do want something changed, like if I said, hey, I wanted real player percent layups or, you know, contested layups to not go in as much, right? Then they would make it to where they never go in. Like you have a 99 layup and a guy with a 70 interior is just going to be able to stop you every time, even with perfect timing. You'll make like 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. They have too many issues every single way you turn. It's the damned if you do, damned if you don't, like I was talking about with the event, because the event was laggy, so they had to end the event. But then people enable it like, oh, there were cheaters in there, which is another event that 2K added into the event. They could easily take out the meter, and yet they still have an event after event. People are like, why are you letting people use a meter in an event where you know people are going to cheat? And they just don't care. It's too many issues, and I could be talking for another 20 minutes. I'm sorry guys, but there was just too much going on. Anyway, click this video right here to see the no money spent Wemby video, bro. I'm telling you, this is the best video you will see on 2K25 this year. It took over 100 hours of gameplay, 50 plus, 70 hours of editing, something like that. Click it, tap it. It's going to take you to the no money spent Wemby video that I put my life into. I'm out of here.